Hi frugal friends, welcome back to your daily dose of frugality. On the YouTube channel is Fire for Me. My name's Kim and we are reading 365 Ways to Live Cheap by Trent Ham. Today's tip in the grocery and supplies section is to master the art of the slow cooker. The slow cooker often creates visions in people's heads of mushy, tired, and bland food, not interesting to eat at all. That's a stereotype that's quickly being relegated to the dustbin of history, as modern slow cookers with timers are able to turn on when you want them to, creating perfectly cooked meals that finish exactly when you've specified. A slow cooker is a perfect way to cook a stew, a soup, a casserole, or a large cut of meat while you're at work, allowing you to walk in the door to a perfectly prepared meal. The slow cooker can be a massive time saver, allowing you to eat at home on a highly pinched schedule and thus enjoy the cost savings of eating at home with the in-a-pinch convenience of eating out. Dig out your slow cooker and try some recipes. You'll be pleasantly surprised. Don't have a timer? Stop by your local hardware store and ask about an outlet timer, a device that plugs into an electrical outlet and only turns on power at a specified time. This can allow your slow cooker to turn on a few hours before you get home, creating a perfectly cooked meal just as you walk in the door. I don't know if they'll talk about this later in the book, but I think an Instant Pot can also be a really good option to save you some time when you're cooking beans and rice and other things of that nature. But I do know that I used to use our slow cooker quite regularly when I was working on a regular basis. I do have an outlet timer because my slow cooker is not fancy enough to have a little timer on the front. And so we have an outlet timer. And if the recipe called for 2 or 4 hours of cooking, I could just set it for about 4 hours before we would eat, and it would turn on, it would do its thing, and then it would turn off when we got home, or it would turn off depending on whether or not I had set the outlet timer. So I do think a slow cooker, it's pretty hands-free if you can come up with different recipes that your family would enjoy. And if, a slow cooker isn't for you, an Instant Pot could be another good option to really cut down on some of the longer cooking times that things traditionally take on the stovetop. For example, you can make a batch of beans without paying any attention to them, and you can go from dry, unsoaked beans to cooked, ready-to-eat beans in probably about an hour. And that's with like pressure time, cook time, and then release time. Whereas on the stovetop, it would take you several hours to soften up those beans. So that is another time-saving tool for your kitchen. If you have some really good slow cooker recipes that you guys use, feel free to share them in the comments below. And I will see you back here tomorrow for another daily dose of frugality.